I love designing really anything. The process involved and the problem solving. You know, it all started with trying to take a really simple form that was from a classic era of helmets and giving it modern proportions. I did different designs and talked to guys I ride with. A lot of the part that I liked the most was the model making and you know, using your hands and you know, taking that drawing you did and make it come to life. And then I ended up doing the Bullitt. Been in Brooklyn off and on since 2007. It's a certain way of life and a certain vibe, and I really dig it. When I meet somebody and they find out I have a shop and I work on bikes, sometimes I get that wow, like shock, like, you know how to do that? And sometimes I forget that people don't really work with their hands and build stuff like this anymore. I don't exactly remember where I found out about industrial design, but as soon as I did, it clicked. And ever since, that was what I wanted to do. So I worked with some guys who were quite a bit older than me when I was 18, and they were like, if you want to hang with us, just get a motorcycle, man, you can come riding. And so I did. I started out riding old bikes because that's what I could afford. And I ended up, now I just love them. Not to sound like a romantic, but it's just I feel like you can connect more with them because you can really make them your own and get to know them and tear it down and rebuild it and give it a new life. But I guess that's what I like about it, because I don't really want to not push myself to understand how to make something with my hands and how to fix something with my hands, I started tinkering because of really out of necessity. I bought my own bikes, I bought my own gear, so I didn't really have a ton of money, especially to spend on a mechanic. So, I got the factory manual and started looking online and figuring out how to clean carbs and stuff like that, and it's just gone from there, really. The Bullitt was my thesis, and the last 6 months of school they say, do whatever you want. That was just kind of what I wanted to do. The helmet really came about from me going out to buy a helmet and not seeing anything that I connected with. I really value functionality, and I like letting that drive the form. I don't like a lot of things that don't belong there, I don't like to put things in just for the sake of having something to just make it look different. That's kind of where I start, how does this thing work and how can I make it function the best? This is the original concept and the model I made. I took this from the CAD that I did in school and got it powder printed into the shell, and then I hand stitched the interior out of leather and fabric and vac formed the shield, and really tried to get it as close to a real helmet as I could. So anyway, I started freelancing right out of college, and just kind of sat on the helmet a little while because I was like, I want to do something with this, but I didn't know what I wanted to do with it. And I ended up putting it on the blog Bubble Visor. And from there, I got feedback that was kind of validation of the concept, which was awesome. But nobody really wanted to go all the way with it, make it DOT. So I would get emails a lot from people, oh, your helmet's cool, or when can I buy it? And I want to help you do this and that, but it was always just, it was people that were stoked on it, but nobody that I thought was like a real option. So I get an email and all it says is, hey, you want to make this a reality? And I was just like, okay, who's this from? And then I see from blah, 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 from Easton Bell Sports. And I was like, oh. And I was like, hell yeah. Right from that moment, it was like, okay, we both see eye to eye on this, and like, let's make it happen. The response to the Bullitt's been really good, which is awesome. Most people are really stoked on it. But we've been able to keep, a lot of these details that I thought that really made the helmet. When I put them side by side, I'm pretty stoked that the concept's been translated pretty good. It's hard for me to like narrow down what it means to me, because really at the end of the day, it's like my baby. I'm just super stoked to see it on people's heads. So March can't really come fast enough.